Shalom, family. I was asked a very important question, and I thank the Most High for this person that asked me this question. This is this question that I have never dealt with, and this is something we need to know. And of course, I answered the question, but I felt the need to do a video concerning this so we will understand. And this person says, I have an important question as I live myself right now as well inside the borders. Yada Yahuwah for being within his birth canal and listening to the voice of the Most High. The question is, are we allowed to eat the halal meat? Over here, the meat is halal. And the question is, are we allowed to eat halal meat? I've heard some of our people address this, and some of our people saying we shouldn't eat this. But, that's something that we're going to find out what halal meat is and what actually, how is it that they slaughtered their meats. Also, do I completely need to cover my hair as a female? Now, this is so important. Do I need to cover my hair? That's why I'm addressing this. I spoke concerning this with my family. I have a wife and a daughter, one daughter, and we talked about these things. And this is something difficult. This is very, very difficult for our people as coming out of the lands of captivities. We're used to living among gooey. We're used to dressing like gooey. Our clothes are made and designed from gooey, and they are not righteous clothing. We didn't dress appropriately. We was just letting it all hang out. It's like the more you reveal, the better it is, the more attention you will get. And this is something Americans and other nations, the women strive off of attention from men. And married women, they married now, and they still need attention from other men because this is how they were brought up. And this is a stronghold for our people. It's as if I don't get attention from other men, then that means I'm not beautiful. Well, this is a ridiculous mindset. Our women did not have this mindset. And, this comes from not knowing who you are, your insecurities, used to being around what you are being around, and the wickedness. This is wicked. We grew up in wickedness, and that's all we know. We don't know Kadash. Who's Kadash? We don't know Kadash. And this is our major problem. Kind regards, Makila. Thank you so much, Makila, for this very important question. Of course, I answered it. Yes, we can eat halal meat. And I said you will find the food much healthier here than the States. We have seen health issues go away because we are not eating American foods. Beware of imported foods from America. There's foods over here in the stores that's imported from America. And we know the imported foods. It has the name brand and it's in English. That's imported from America. And it's, of course, GMO. Most of the foods here is GMO free. The cereals here, GMO free. Just about all the food, GMO free. But when you buy this American food, it's full of GMO. Your hair, as I told, this is an issue for our people. American females are not used to head coverings. And again, this goes for my family. My family grew up, my daughter grew up, my wife grew up without wearing head coverings. And this is a stronghold. It's a problem. It's a blockage. Now, my wife mentioned, and I will tell you what she said. There is no law in Torah that says your head must be covered. She is 100% correct. And I told her, you are 100% correct. But what she failed to realize is our position and where we are. We are not around Americans. You can be around Americans with your hair out, and that's nothing. That does not arouse men. Your hair is out. You dress with nice clothes and your hair is out. That's going to arouse men? No. But over here, seeing hair arouses men. And I'm going to explain that. It says, you don't have to. But my advice to our ladies, you should wear head coverings. Why? The men will have eye trouble with you. They will have eye trouble, and they look at us differently. They will look at you differently. They will not look at you as Kadash, but loose. And this is a problem. All right. Halal. First thing, what is halal meat? Our people don't know halal meat. There is no halal meat in America. The meat we eat in America, we don't see halal written on it. This is their symbol. You will see halal on the things you buy. When we came over here, I never heard of halal. And I was seeing halal written on everything, just about all of it. Halal, halal. And I'm like, whoa. And now, of course, I looked into it. This is the kosher symbol. And see, the kosher and halal, they can also eat the kosher. You will see the meats here. You will see the meats here. It looks like the meat that you see in the American stores. It's I can say a lot of the stores, they butcher the meats in the store. You can see them butcher the meats. They don't hide their butchering. This is something that I love. They don't hide their butchering, and you could sit there and watch them cut the meat up, put the meat out. All right, halal. Let's go into halal. This is of course, Arabic word, Arabic, and it means, this is what it means. It simply means permissible. Permissible. You can have it. You can eat it. It's permissible. And now, the word that's contrary is this word. You need to know this word, haram. Haram is forbidden. They know haram. They will tell you pork, haram. We can't have that. And see, when they try to talk to me about something, I tell them what's haram to me. Example, shellfish. Shellfish is not haram to them. And I explain, it's haram to me. And they look like, why? Why is shellfish haram? But again, you have to know haram. Some of the things that they eat is haram to us. And if they're nice people and they're trying to fix you food, make sure you know what they're eating. Make sure you know what they're giving you. I have to ask, well, okay, what is this? Because they eat, example, they eat camel, and camel is haram for us. All right, I want to get to their method of slaughter so you can understand what makes this food halal. Okay, when they slaughter this food, first of all, you see here, the slaughtering animals, they need a well-sharpened knife to make a swift, deep incision that cuts the front of the throat. They cut the throat, and they allow the blood to drain out. The animal must be alive. The animal must be healthy. And they cut the throat and let the blood drain out. And this is, okay, some of our people are saying, they say the Islamic prayer. Well, what is the Islamic prayer? Here's the Islamic prayer. Bismillah. I learned Bismillah a long time. I said, that's all they're saying? Bismillah is in the name of Allah. So when they cut their throat, they just say, in the name of Allah. And we know they're not calling on the name of another mighty one. This is something, this is why I say it's okay for us to eat this food. The food in America, the way they slaughter their animals, it's unbelievable. That should be the question. Because the animals over there are filthy, and it's full of poison, it's full of bugs. You name it, bacteria. The animals are weak because of all the crap they pumping them up with. So they have to be slaughtered, and they say Bismillah, in the name of Allah, before they slice their throats. Now, they do not, if the animal has been killed, here it is. If he's been killed or he's already dead, they can't use him for meat. See, Americans, they will see the animal dead. They will still cut him up and feed them to the public. They will not feed. The animal must be dead. I mean, the animal must be alive before they slit their throat. And in America, again, this is not the case. We see here, they can't eat animal sacrifice on a stone altar. It cannot be eaten. And we understand, they know that the Louis was the only ones that could do this slaughter. They couldn't do this, so they're saying we can't eat this. According to the Torah, is Kadash, and they are not to eat this. Here's the point of kosher. Kosher meats are permitted to be eaten by Muslims. Why? Because and of course, kosher, we know the Jewish people, they're doing it according to, mostly according to what's in Torah. The methods of slaughter is very, very similar, and this is the reason why. So yes, we can eat halal. Okay, the headdress. The Muslim woman, you must understand, the Muslim woman is, how can I say this? When she's looking like this, she's respected. The men are not aroused by this. They are completely covered. And let me tell you why they are completely covered. Some of them, they're completely covered to save themselves completely for their husbands. They saving themselves, they're saving their beauty for their husbands. You understand? We don't know anything about this. So they're people in the immediate household, make sure you understand, the men that's in the immediate household, they're the only ones that can see their face. But until they get married, this is when they reveal themselves to their husband. And they've kept themselves in purity. Of course, they never known a man. Here's another point. A man is not to touch a Muslim woman with his finger. I mentioned this before in an older video. One of them got really, really mad with me, and I didn't touch her. I used a coin. But you cannot. One of the Muslim men told me he took his finger, his index finger, and he lightly touched my shoulder with his index finger. He says a man cannot touch a Muslim woman. Of course, she keep herself pure. Of course, they don't date. There's no dating in the Muslim community. They don't date. Now, the Christians over here, they date. But the Muslim woman is not dating. And she's looked at as a religious person. She's looked at as a religious person. Look at this picture. A picture of like this person here looking like an American person at the beach. And here is the Muslim person still have her dressed on and covered up with this. This is what you call panties and bra. This is all it is. Panties and bra. So these women are more Kadash than us. And we're supposed to represent. How are we to let other nations be more Kadash than we are? And they are not arousing the men sexually. Now, some Muslim women, they're like straddling the fence. You will know the fence straddlers. Where's the picture of the fence straddler? Here she is. This one is a fence straddler. How do you know this? Look, the hair is shown in the front. And you will see many of them. You'll see their hair shown in the front. That means they're not completely observing everything that they need to observe. And they're not doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And they know this. I need to bring a point out about the ones that's covered. My son mentioned to us that fact that he was around someone and she was covered. And this person, been around this person for a long time. And this, not a long time, but some time. And this person, he said, I don't know why. One day she removed her veil. And when he saw her beauty, he was like, man, I wish she put her veil back on. He saw her in a different light, all because he saw her beauty. When he saw her veil, there was nothing. It was nothing there. And this is what happens. This is what happens when they are covered, when they're veiled. A man is not aroused by them. Now he see her beauty. He's like, man, she looks good. And you have to fight off looking at her. And this is a problem. And the American woman, our people, they are used to the attention that men give them. They want attention. And that's the reason they dress a certain way, the way they dress. Let's look at the American woman. Here is the American woman. The American woman, I just Googled American woman. I want you to understand, all I did was Google American woman, and this is what comes up. And you see nothing but a lot of skin showing. And this is the difference between American woman and a Muslim woman, they're going to show a lot of